Hello and welcome everyone to the Friday, August 30th edition of the Contributor Comms team meeting. That's right, it is Friday, August 30th. The next time this is going to happen is in 2030. I looked it up. I know we're all very excited to be here today on Friday, August 30th, because as you all know, today is my birthday.
Happy
Happy
birthday.
birthday.
That's cool.
Woo!
Happy
Happy
birthday.
birthday, Gaston.
The only reason I joined was because of that. So
Oh,
Yeah! I am so excited to spend today with all of you. That went great. I'm really glad that I did that. All right. So welcome everyone to this very special edition of the Contributor Comms team meeting. As usual, a reminder that we do operate under a code of conduct, which essentially says to be respectful of your fellow speakers and attendees and generally be excellent to each other. As usual, we like to offer an opportunity at the beginning of the meeting here for anyone to introduce themselves, and I'm going to introduce myself. Hello, everyone. I'm Caslin Fields, and I am a co-lead of the Contributor Comms team, which is a sub-project of the Special Interest Group for Contributor Experience, which I am also a co-chair of. And our focus here in this group is to make sure that the contributor community knows what's going on in the community, and also to some extent to make sure that folks outside of the contributor community know about the awesome work that contributors are doing. Would anyone else like to introduce themselves today?
I could go next. Hey everyone, my name is Arvind. I'm from India and I've been contributing to SIG ContribEx for some time now. I'm also the comms shadow under Keston for KCSNA, and so nice to be here. My pronouns are he/him, and happy birthday to Keston once again.
Woo! Would anyone else like to introduce themselves? Totally optional.
Yeah, hey everyone, I'll go next. My name is Sriram. I'm also from India, and yeah, I help write LWKD every week, but I don't usually join these meetings that often. But I'm glad I joined today for Caslin birthday edition. Yeah, happy to be here.
Very special edition. We're
Indeed.
glad to have you. Anyone else?
I can give it a try as well. So I'm Fred, and I've been working with ContribEx Comms for a couple of years now. I'm working on the blogging side of things, and that's pretty much it. So my pronouns he him.
Hey everyone, I'm Mario. I am part of SIG ContribEx Comms and SIG ContribEx and SIG Infra. And pronouns are he, him. And happy birthday.
And I'm Sylvester Carolan, and I think I might be in the wrong group. I think this is the Caslin birthday group. So happy birthday.
You're in the right group if you want to be.
Yeah, I'm definitely in the right group. So I'm a very new contributor, just here listening in at the moment.
Welcome everyone. I'm excited to have you all on today. Oh, there are more people. Would anyone else like to go? Totally optional.
Hi everybody, I'm Abzul, and yeah, like I'm from India, so basically I'm a bit towards like developer as well as part of community uh, members. So we have like other stuff. So here I'm just experiencing new things. So I just hopped in and enjoying now.
And you happen to join the best meeting.
Sure, definitely. Thank you.
Welcome. We're excited to have you. Anyone else? All right then. we're gonna move on. One more piece of housekeeping before we move into everything is we like to ask if anyone would be willing to take on the note taker role in today's meeting, which Sriram has already graciously offered to do for us. The role of the note taker is to follow along with the discussion that's happening in the meeting and take notes so that if anyone missed the meeting and wants to catch up on what we discussed later, they can find it in the notes. So it's a very important role, and we really appreciate you taking that on today, Sriram. All right, and with that, I think I'm out of housekeeping items. We can move into our regular agenda. The first item is a new thing that we added in the last meeting before that, something like that, which is messages of the week. So in this section, we want to review any messages that are going to be going out from our team this week so that, especially so that the folks who work on last week in Kubernetes development, LWKD, the newsletter, know what's going on and they can include it in the newsletter. So I put a few things in here. I think we are pretty much ready to go on new contributor orientation, so we need to start getting some comms out about that meeting. We were thinking of holding it this week. We ended up not doing that. I thought that we needed some more time to get some excitement going around it, send out some comms around it. And also my parents ended up extending their visit when they were here this week. So it's a good thing that we didn't do it. So we need to pick a new time and we need to start getting some comms out. And something that we want to do alongside that is put out some comms about the new contributor guide, which is some documentation on the contributor website, kates.dev, to help guide new contributors on what they need to set up and how to contribute. So that's a couple of different messages that we need to do. And also the steering election is ongoing. Arpit, my shadow for social media, has been working on a plan for the comms for the election. He's already got messages scheduled on social media throughout the election cycle. I didn't actually check if there are any this week, but there was one last week. It's quite possible that there will be one this week. It's a reasonable thing to mention. So be aware of the steering election. You might want to check your eligibility if you've been contributing to the community for a little bit. It might surprise you. It always surprises me how many contributions we're able to count. I don't know how that happens, but check out the eligibility requirements. And if you're eligible to vote in the steering election, please do. Now, coming back to the new contributor orientation concept, I also put that in updates and big wins, and there's a link there to the slide deck. If anybody wants to see the slide deck, we would love to have your review. There's one thing that we should probably go over on that, but let's start with the time. So I'm planning to lead the Americas friendly time, and Mario is planning to lead the EMEA APAC more friendly time. So Mario, what do you think for timing for that meeting?
Good thing is I'm traveling next week. So we need to, and I'm
That has its
traveling also,
benefits.
and I'm also traveling the week after next week. So we
That's
could
a little harder.
we could do Monday the 9th, potentially.
Okay.
Or
Week of September 16th?
week of September 16th. This would be the other option. So basically, sorry, yeah, we have visitors.
Wonderful.
So basically the idea could be maybe 17th. So I don't know, I don't like Mondays for those meetings, I must admit. I would rather prefer Tuesday. Maybe we go for the 17th. This would be right in the middle, and then we could basically always say the 3rd Tuesday of a month.
Interesting.
Because we want to do it on a regular basis, so that I think it would make sense to pick like something like this, to say like it's the first or second or the third XYZ of a month.
Yeah, that does make sense. I do have several meetings in the morning on Tuesday. I
But
could
I mean, we can
probably
also do. I
move
mean,
them.
you don't have to do Tuesday morning. I mean, we can diverse from US and maybe
This is
this even makes sense, so that people can say, okay, I want to join on this meeting because I usually don't have because I usually have a meeting, so I could never join on Tuesday, for example, but I can
Mhm.
join on a Wednesday or something like this.
We could split it like that. I do have more availability on Wednesday on that week, but is that consistent?
That's the point. So I looked up through the whole calendar, and for example, for me, a good day is always Tuesday 10 a.m. Central European time, which goes into time zone converter, which would be 9 a.m., 10 a.m., which would be 1:30 p.m. IST time, for example. So slightly after lunch, I guess. I'm open for input. When does Indian people usually go for lunch?
Or would that be a good time, do you think?
Yeah.
I think this is a good time because I know that the SIG Docs new contributor call happens on the first Tuesday of every month, and that happens at 4 p.m. IST time, which is like which I guess would be around like 12
10
noon
4
CET.
So then if
Yeah.
people attended ours, then they could attend that one in a couple weeks.
Hmm. So usually what happens in the docs meet and greet call is people would join the call without realizing that this is a SIG docs specific thing, and they would have like questions about everything. And then like, if I thought people join, and I'd have to like, tell them I can help you out with this, but then this call is not really supposed to be for this. But yeah, I guess I can like point
I
people
wouldn't
to.
put it in the same time slot, right? I would not put it into the same time. I mean, we could put it in the same time slot, but not the same day. Sorry, that's
Yeah.
what I wanted to say. Not
Yeah,
the
and
same
he's
time
saying
slot.
that's the first week of each month. So third week of each
Yeah.
month would be good.
And when did you say it was 4 p.m. IST time, right?
Yep. Let me just check. Yeah, which is 4 to 4:30 p.m. IST time. Yeah.
Okay, then it would be 12:30 in Germany. So it would be. Let me check my calendar.
We don't have to match it either, but it's an option.
Right, right.
Yeah, it's close to my lunch break, so this basically I usually don't have any appointments on this. The only appointment is getting my hair done once in a while, but that's plannable. So yeah, basically what we could say, we do every third Tuesday of a month at 4 p.m. IST, so that we basically match the time slot of the SIG Docs new contributor meeting.
If you want to, you're leading the first one to that, so
I'm happy with this.
we also want to consider making it as accessible as we can for other contributors so that other folks can run that meeting. So it may move around a little bit at the beginning, which is fine. We can start there. I think if we're doing third Tuesday of the month for the APAC EMEA time, we should also do that for the Americas Friendly time. And I think I'll do that at like 8 a.m. Pacific time. We'll start there. Or should I do it at 9 a.m., do you think?
Let me. What is Pacific time? A city in Pacific time is San Francisco, right?
Yes.
So if you go for 9 a.m. and we would add something like New York to this, it would be for New York people 12:30 in the morning, and it would be for Paris folks if they want to join 5:30. Oh, I'm sorry, 5 in the 6 in the evening.
That might be a good time, actually.
Yeah. I could potentially also, yeah. And even for IST time, it would be 9:30. So it would still be an okayish time.
Yeah.
If people really, if people can't make the APEC friendly meeting, they could still join there. And
Yeah.
I mean,
I'll have to move a meeting around, but I think got 2 meetings at that time, actually.
I mean, we can play a lot. We can play around. If I could, can you give me screen sharing rights? Then I can basically show what I'm
yes.
huddling
Yes,
around.
yes. Participants. There you go. Make co-host.
I want to have this Chrome tab. So if we, for example, say that we set this time to 8, which makes it now a sad smiley, then it still would be. Yeah, I like the tool because you basically can just use a slider when you put in a bunch of cities and then you figure out what would be a good meeting time.
That's a nice tool.
Yeah, that's funny. I've never seen that before.
I mean, we could also, if we really want to have like the whole globe, then there's no good option.
That
but
is
we
how
can,
that works.
but what we can do is we can double check the other time. Not AM, we want PM, which is 4 PM. So it would still be okay for the I would rather probably move the APEC meeting a little bit early because of this, because then it's always a bad time for folks in Japanese Standard Time. So if we basically put it, let's say
That you
2
were originally
PM.
thinking.
Yeah. I mean, what we want to include as many people as possible, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if we do this, so if we would say like 2 PM IST time, then it would be 10:30 in the morning for us, and it would be for Tokyo. It would still be like not too late in the evening, and we just ignore the US
Yeah.
in this case because I'm sorry.
It'll be covered. No worries.
Yeah. Maybe
Okay,
this makes sense.
Sounds good. So we're doing 10:30 a.m.
Central European time.
Central European. And
Or we can
then
add
for
London.
Americas, I think 9 a.m. is probably best, but 8 a.m. is a little bit more convenient for me right now. But should I go ahead and move those meetings so that we can do it at 9, or should I go for the 8?
Okay, yeah, we can go here. So basically what we can do is we can double check this. So we would do 8 a.m. for this time, then it would be, it looks still good, except for Japan.
Yeah. I could also do 8:30 to 9:30. Feels like it
or
should start.
yeah, it's sorry, I didn't.
That's okay.
Because
Considering. Mm. Tuesday, Tuesday, Tuesday. I'll go with 9 a.m. for now, and I'll let you all know if I change it. But let's go for 9 a.m. I will move some meetings around.
I mean, it
that work.
doesn't affect too much, right? I mean, Japanese Standard Time is out in all of the cases, which is
It just affects U.S. West Coast if people want to get on like right at 9 a.m. as their workday is starting.
yeah. I
It's
mean,
a friendlier time for the West Coast.
you could potentially also go for 10.
It's fair, I guess.
I mean, the focus is US or not US, but US continent based folks to
Yeah.
cover. I mean, what we almost forgot them. For them, it's 7 in the morning. If you go with 10, it would be for Hawaiian Standard Time. It would be 7 in the morning.
I feel like 8 and 9 a.m. Pacific time also works well for a lot of folks in India, though, who don't take as many meetings during the day, but take a lot of meetings at night or something like that. Seems to be a common pattern for a lot of folks in the contributor community, at least in India.
You're gonna record the meetings?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I would record it.
yeah, for sure.
So you could publish it, right? To people that can't make it. If you're gonna do it every month, you
Yeah,
can
A big
exactly.
part
publish
of
it.
it.
Yeah, I know you
a
want
big-
people there. I get
A
it.
big part
Yeah.
of it is the Q&A.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So as many as we can hit is best. Let's go with 8 a.m. for now since it's more convenient for me, and we'll move it later if we need to. All right.
All right. Then
So
we have a time and a date.
yes.
When's
I'm
the
gonna put that
date?
in third Tuesday of every month, starting
Okay.
in September.
So you're also doing Tuesday.
I will also do
Okay.
Tuesday.
Okay.
9 a.m. would work better for me on Wednesday, but
Yeah.
we'll try Tuesday. So it's at I can grab these times. Cool. All right, noted. So we want to make sure to get some social media out about that, and I will get that on the calendar immediately following this meeting.
Yeah.
Thank you everyone for bearing with us as we figured that out. I'm really excited about these comms and this project, so that'll be fun. And I mentioned the new contributor guide. Let me bring that up. It's kates.dev/course. Oh yeah, I'm not sharing my screen. Brings you to the new contributor course. So I'll just put that in here. So I think we want to have at least weekly messages about that until new contributor orientation as well. And the point of the new contributor orientation call is to orient folks in the community. So it's to give them a sense for how the community is structured and how they can fit into it. All right, so that's noted there. If anyone wants to help out with scheduling these comms, would appreciate the assistance.
we should also include in the communication the in which calendar will you put it? In the dev, or in which mailing list calendar will you put it so that people are aware of it? Because
I think
this
it's
we should
gonna
also
have to be in the SIG ContribEx calendar.
Yeah,
I don't know if
I
DevAt
agree.
has a calendar of its own. I guess it does. I'll have to look into that.
But that people basically that we have in the communications, hey, subscribe to this mailing list. There you can find the mailing list, so that you can get the calendar invite, and then you can basically see it pop up in your calendar.
Yeah. I'll ask some folks about DevAt as well. It's an interesting idea. Cool.
And Sreem, maybe you can, when you do the meeting in for docs, you can then reference to all everyone into the new into the new meeting, and basically focus on the docs thing.
You're always welcome to point them at the slides. We need to make sure to publish those somewhere. We need to work that out before we do things.
I'm putting a link in the Mentor page as well to it.
Oh, right. Perfect.
Yeah.
I mean, we could potentially put them just, or create a
drive.
PDF and or a drive that is public, or we put it into a PDF and put it onto Kubernetes.dev.
Yeah, we probably want to publish every week.
Yeah.
Because we'll have different opportunities available each week. We could have a generic one that we just refer to as well, but I think it'd be good to have a monthly published one. And GitHub is also an option. GitHub.
Oh yeah, right.
Kates.dev. All right, we need to look into that. And we'll try to, once we get that figured out, we can include that in comms as well. But it doesn't have to be in the first message.
No.
Wonderful. Thank you very much, everyone, for that. Any questions, comments about new contributor orientation or any of the messages of the week? I'm excited about that. And I've asked, I think, the last couple of meetings, if anyone would like to review those slides, please do. There's a link to them in the notes right here under updates and big wins. So if you'd like to check them out and provide us with any feedback, please do. Remember that the goal is for totally new folks to be able to understand it. So your perspective is important. All right, that's all we have on our agenda right now. Last call, any new items or updates and big wins? Or messages of the week? All right, we'll move into the board then. If you remember anything, feel free to let us know. One thing I didn't say at the beginning of the meeting, which I usually try to, is that this is a very informal call. That anytime you want to speak up and ask a question, or ask a question in the chat, or anything, just let us know. We're happy to chat and answer any questions folks have. Wonderful. All right, let's move into the board then. All right, and if we have time at the end, which I don't think we will, but we could go through some of the slides. There's one in particular that Arvind has been working on that needs review, especially from folks who know the community well. The question of where etcd fits in that slide is an interesting one, so do check that out if you can review it. But let's go ahead and go through the board first. In Ready for Review, we have the SIG scheduling spotlight. Any updates there?
Yeah, so the website PR was opened, and there was an initial comment by Tim on that. So it's on hold, waiting for reviews, but it's scheduled for the second week of September.
Wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful. So this is ready to go. This one was written by Arvind, am I?
Yep.
Okay. For some reason, the issue is like not loading for me here. And you created the PR, so I'd have to, if I go into it though, it should tell me, yep, Arvind. So very excited for that for Arvind. I know that he's also working on org membership. So excited for that.
Thank you.
Yay, you are here.
Yeah.
Anything else you'd like to say about it?
About the SIG scheduling thing?
Yeah, or whatever. This is your chance. This is your moment.
Oh. I can just say that I would like to have many more moments like this.
Love it.
Yeah. So
That's
awaiting
the
my
goal.
next spotlight blog or something. Yeah. Let's see if an opportunity comes up.
Wonderful. That might actually be a good opportunity to do my usual spiel on SIG Spotlight blogs. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the comms team meeting where we are going over SIG Spotlights. Um, so what Arvind has done here is write a blog post highlighting one of the special interest groups within the Kubernetes project. And that's how we split up work across the project into different groups on different topics. So in this case, we're talking about the special interest group that works on the scheduler that is part of Kubernetes. And we also have, for example, we'll go over other ones here like SIG docs, SIG Kate's infra, SIG etcd. So there are a whole bunch of different SIGs within the community. There are 24, which I now know well because of the new contributor orientation slides. And there are also several working groups, which are kind of like SIGs, except that they are more topical. Something comes up and we need to address it as a community. And so we spin up a working group to work on it, but that working group isn't intended to last forever. At some point, they will either get dissolved into an existing SIG or become their own SIG, most likely. So working groups are also fair game for this. But the idea is that we write blog posts by interviewing the leads of these special interest groups or working groups, and then publish those blog posts so that people can learn more about the different areas of the project. And this is a great project that is always available and is very welcoming to new contributors. And we've been working on getting together more clear guidelines for what has been done and what hasn't. So this might be a good point for us to go over that. Federico, have you done anything on that recently?
On the working group list?
SIG working group list,
Yeah,
things
the
for the
ones that have
spotlight
to be done.
list.
Well, I mean, it's on the same point that it was when I prepared the status for last week because I'm still out. So I have an updated file in my personal branch, and I haven't yet committed it to the main repository. So when I get back, which is middle of next week, I should be able to push the version that I have.
That's awesome. I'm excited about it. We do have several folks who have been interested in that,
Yep.
so want to keep up to date on it.
Absolutely.
And there was a question in the comment about the link to the blog. I put the link to Arvind's PR there. And if you want to see other published SIG Spotlight examples, check out the blog on Kubernetes.io and look for things with Spotlight in the name. There are quite a few of them. Very proud of that. One of our SIG Spotlights actually came up in an internal meeting this week. I work at Google, and we were talking about some open source stuff in one of our meetings, and someone pointed to the spotlight on SIG usability, wondering whatever happened to that SIG. So they do come in handy. I was so excited to see one of our spotlights featured there. Cool. Any other questions about SIG spotlights? And congratulations to Arvind on almost having your first one published. I look forward to seeing that in a couple of weeks. If not, we'll move into the in progress column. Go ahead. Okay. We will move on to the in progress column. If you have any questions at any time, feel free either to speak up or to post them in chat. Moving into in progress, updating SIG Spotlight availability. That's what we just went over. So I guess the update on this, why can I not edit it right now? Well, that's interesting. Huh. GitHub is just kind of being a mess for me at the moment. I wonder if they're having issues or if that's me or... Okay, well, I can't update that. But the progress is that Federico
just
will be
got
putting in a
logged
PR soon.
out, I think.
Did I? Oh, yes, I
Pardon?
did.
Sorry?
I was just saying that I'm not able to update the board on what we were just talking about.
Okay, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, let me see if I can sign in real quick there so that I can update things as we go along. Two-factor authentication is important. There we go. All right, I'm going to update that real quick. I'm going to put Federico. I'll also put myself as a backup here. And Federico to submit PR soon is the update there. All right, moving on to the next in progress item, buffer access audit. Chris and I haven't been able to get together to work on that. He's been a bit busy with other things, has stuff going on. So we'll try to do that as soon as we can. I might need to work with you, Mario, on that, but I guess you're out for the next couple of weeks as well. Someday it'll get done.
Yeah, but when I'm traveling, I usually have a little bit more time.
Oh, yeah, buffer access audit is definitely something you could do on the road.
Yeah.
We could talk through that sometime. We can chat more on Slack.
Sounds good.
This is an issue. We should like assign ourselves probably. I guess I'll assign myself. Oh, that just brings me to my profile page. All right, I'll work more on that later. Let's chat about it on Slack. Send me a message right now so that I'll remember to talk about that with you later. Or you could wait because the next item is also you, Mario. AI rules. Any updates on the stuff that's been going on there? Thank you so much for leading that discussion.
I pinged the folks, and I think there was no feedback anymore from anyone. So the only feedback was it generally looks good, but only from 2 people. And the people that have spoken up with some concerns have not yet chimed into this. So I'm waiting basically for feedback on this from them.
Makes
But
sense.
I will ping them again next week.
Good idea. I'd say go ahead whenever you get the chance.
Because now it's September and people are getting back from vacation. I mean, it was summertime and summer vacation time, and we still have summer vacations in Germany in some parts. So I know that people are still traveling.
Definitely true. All right. Thank you for pushing that along. So it goes sometimes. We'll move on to the next item, which is the sensitive communications process. Was there
which is
work
also
here?
lying with
Was
me,
you, right?
and this is something that I actually want to write something up. Chris already started something, and I want to extend this like we did for the other topics.
Man, we have a lot of these housekeeping items here at the top of the in progress column.
Yeah, that's the next one. I don't
Guidelines
know.
for usage of Kubernetes IO.
I don't know what the latest thing is. Do we want now to open the PR? I don't know what.
I think so.
Yeah. So next step would basically that we open up the PR.
Yeah, Chris and I had both reviewed it. We're waiting for you to check on it. So I think just opening the PR is the next step.
And where do I open the PR? To
I guess in the comms
where should we?
repo.
Okay, okay, in comms repo. Okay.
I think that's a reasonable place for it to live, at least at the beginning. If we want to move it somewhere else, we always can.
Yeah. Okay.
I could also do that if
Can
at that
we
stage.
make an issue out of this, because currently it's only a draft?
Oh yes, of course. Good catch.
And I think that's the reason why we didn't move forward.
Maybe if that's how it works for you. I should pay better attention to issues. Convert to issue.
Yeah, now we can add it to the repo where it should reside. All right.
What were you saying? That's good.
No, all good, all good.
Okie dokie.
And now I can see it. I cannot. GitHub. Why you not?
There's a comms label too. We'll get to that item in a minute.
Oh, actually, we the funny thing is the PRs open and just need to be merged, and it has already a couple of LG looks good to me.
Okay.
But the
Wonderful.
PR is not merged because no one that's commented with looks good to me has rights to review, so to make it merge it into the repository for the issue template.
Just ping it at me and I can make that happen.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Okay, let's move on. This is another version of guidelines for sensitive end user impacting comms. So we can skip over that. Promote new contributor workshop content. We are doing it. And then is a spotlight blog. So ready to move on? I think. Cool. Any updates on the steering spotlight blog? I know that's one of Arpit's items. I'm gonna assume.
No, I don't have anything, but
we are in that stage where it gets kind of stuck because the doc has been sent. So it could take a little bit to get the responses. So we'll check in with Arpit on that whenever we can. Next item is the SIG doc spotlight, which is also Arpit. He has like 4 here. That was also awaiting confirmation of who to send the doc to. Have you gotten any updates from Arpit, Federico? He's not in today, so.
From which one?
Arpit?
No, yeah, but for the
well, I mean, on any of them, he has 4.
Okay, okay.
Steering,
no,
docs,
I mean,
Cade's infra budget, and Cube CTL.
No, I did an update thread, actually not this week, but last week. And that's the updates that I have. And when I asked, I don't think that there's any major updates in any of those.
That's fine. I know at least one of them is on hold until the other ones move, and he's at the kind of waiting stage for a couple of them. So that is reasonable. All right, then the next one is SIG UI Spotlight, which is Arujval. I saw him on. Any updates there?
No updates there. They haven't responded till now. So no.
Okay. It's in that stage, right? Where it gets stuck. If you need any help pinging them, you were having trouble getting them to respond to things. Is that still the case?
Yeah, I don't think they are interested in this. So I think we should remove it from in progress. Okay.
We could put it in blocked waiting for now. And if you want a different one to do, we can work on figuring that out. I'm not sure if you have another one at the moment. I think we talked about
I am working in that working group one.
Awesome. We don't have that on
It's
here,
in
it
to-do
looks
one.
like.
It's in
Oh, is
it's in
it?
to-do one.
Oh, policy working
This
group
policy
spotlight.
policy work. Yeah.
Gotcha. Do you have org membership? Not yet.
And then
Okay. We should definitely work on getting that for you. You've already gotten a blog post in. I can send you that link. Ping me to remind me on Slack, and I'll send you the link with the information about how to go for org membership. Arvind and Sandeep are also going through this process right now, so can all support each other. Wonderful. Any updates on the policy working group spotlight while we're on it?
yeah, I have got initial. I mean, I updated the questions, but now they are not responding.
Okay. That's normal. Might take a couple of reminders. Thank you very much for working on
Yeah,
that.
I will try. Yeah.
Cool. Yes, ping me about org membership. We'll move on from that one for now. We have 8 minutes left. SIG Infra. This one is Akansha.
Hi, Kathleen. So actually, I had sent the questions document in the channel itself. So I didn't get any response for like over a week. So then I pinged DIMS and asked like whom should I tag in the thread so that I can get some response. So he told me like the infra chairs and everyone. Then I tagged them and they said that they don't want to keep this blog at priority for now. So if I can move this blog at some other dates or any other month, then that would be okay. So now it's blocked, like they don't want to answer it.
Sometimes that happens. You just hit an awkward spot in their cycle of development and they need to focus on something else. And so it needs to come back later. So that's fine. We'll
Yeah, they
move that
moved.
to blocked and waiting. Go ahead.
Yeah.
I guess this is because they moved 2 weeks ago the main Pro cluster towards community-owned repositories, and a lot of folks are now going on vacation and stuff like this.
That makes sense.
Yeah, so like
Unfortunate
I can
for you.
work. Yeah, that's like totally all right. I can like work on any other spotlight blog then if there is an availability for that.
Awesome. Federico, we should have
Yeah.
a list up very soon.
Yeah, true. But I'll tell you what. Even before the PR, I'll just quickly send a message to the channel with the ones that are available. Because the thing that's getting me more work is the formatting of the markdown of the tables and the links and stuff like that, which requires me to actually sit down and do things properly. But I do have a list of the ones that we never done, and also the ones that we've done years ago. So I can share that somewhere during the beginning of next week, so that you can just pick one of them.
Yeah,
That would be wonderful.
great. Thank you.
We'll try to get you unblocked so that you can start working on some stuff. Thank you very much, Akansha, for seeing that through to this point, and we'll see it again soon if you're still around and want to work on it in a little bit. Look forward to seeing your next one. Wonderful. Moving on, we have 5 minutes left. Let's see how much more we can get to. SIG Architecture Spotlight. So this is your section, Federico. Any updates you want to give on any of yours?
Well, not really, no. The SIG architecture ones have the markdown from one done. That was the status from last week. And I'm still transcribing or beginning to transcribe the audio of the other. I still haven't started. I've actually opened a thread in our channel. Some of these tasks would certainly benefit from anyone that wants to give a hand. So do go and have a look, because it could it could be useful to have someone else doing some of this. But apart from that, no updates. I guess that the easiest one that will be the next will be the enhancements one, because that's the one that we have already the text. The other one, which is a video conference interview, will take longer, because I still have to transcribe it, and that requires a substantial higher amount of work.
For anyone who's new to the SIG Spotlight series, concept, issue, whatever we call that, our general recommendation is to send the questions to the folks that you're interviewing via docs, because it's a lot easier to convert that into blogs. But of course, if you want to conduct like a video call interview and then transcribe it and make your blog post from that, you're welcome to, but it does tend to take a little bit, as Federico is experiencing here. Thank you very much for working on that, Federico. And we have 3 minutes left, so I want to move on to the next one, which is the SIG App Spotlight by Sundapun. I know that Sundapun's internship got extended a bit, which is exciting. Hopefully he's having a fun time with that. So it might take him a little bit longer to get that done, but it was moving as of 2 weeks ago. So we'll try to keep an eye on that in async updates. Next one is the Deaf and Hard of Hearing Working Group plus Kubernetes blog posts.
Yeah. So, Kathleen, I think I met with Catherine multiple times during the last 2 weeks, and we have finished we have finished reviewing the questions and answers, everything. Okay.
Wonderful.
Yeah. Thank you. So I now need to sit with Federico and then just follow what's the process for this and the markdown and everything, since this will be my very first spotlight.
Love to see it. I'm so excited for this one.
Thank you.
So basically, interview complete, working on drafting the blog.
No, blog is done. It's fully done. It's ready to be published.
Oh, okay, perfect. Draft
Okay,
done.
I have to sit with Federico, and I think he has to review it.
Yep. I think that is your next step. Work with Federico on getting the PR in, and we'll figure out when we can send it.
Okay. Oh, Federico,
Thank you so much for working on that.
I can catch you in Slack.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, you can ping Federico in Slack, and he'll help you with the PR and stuff. Yeah.
Okay.
If you need additional assistance, let us know.
Sure. Thank you.
Looking
By the
forward
way,
to it.
yeah,
Go ahead.
by the way, I have a silly question.
Yeah,
Like
please.
interviewing to someone, like here I'm not able to understand, like interviewing to someone, I mean to say, for the spotlights, like how would one interview to them? Whom should I like interview for this like blog post?
Yes. So there is a guide on our columns repo, which we can point you to, which has some guidance on how this whole process works. But the general idea is you figure out a special interest group or a working group that you're going to focus your blog on. And then my general recommendation is to go to the Slack channel of that group. Each SIG has its own group, and each working group generally has its own channel in Slack. And you say, hey, I'm from the contributor comms team and I'm interested in doing a spotlight blog on your group. Who should I interview for it? Usually it's going to be the co-chairs of that special interest group or the leads of the working group. And then you reach out to those folks to interview them.
Awesome, man. Now I got the point. Thanks so much.
Yeah, of course. Thank you for asking. It's a very important question. Go ahead.
Kathleen, just one quick question. So, Kathleen, how long it takes to publish the blog?
Oh, Federico might have a more accurate answer than me. It depends on getting reviews from the blog team, basically Tim Bannister. So usually it takes a couple of weeks to get it reviewed, and then the key here might be actually finding a slot on the schedule. We should be through all of the release blogs now. I know that we've got Arvin's blog scheduled to go out in the next couple of weeks. So it might be figuring out which date would be best to publish the blog on. So that'll be up to the blogs team for now, basically Tim Bannister.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. All right. And we are 1 minute over. Our remaining items are notify the comms team when a new issue is created. Ongoing work. Maybe we'll get something done.
This would be solved if we merge the PR.
Oh, right. Yes. Right. Sorry about that. All right. I will need to try to find that.
So basically
PR.
it's in review or ready for review.
Oh boy, this is such a long one. Is this the active one? No, this is not the active PR. I will need
I
that
sent you in
link.
Slack. I sent you in Slack the PR.
Perfect. I'll find that. I'll put that on my to-do list. And then the last item is the comms team social media lead shadow structure document, which I am thinking about nonstop and writing nothing on because I keep not having time to do that. But all right, we are 2 minutes over and I do have another meeting to get to. So any beyond last minute items to go over? You do not have to have org membership to work on a SIG Spotlight blog. Working on a SIG Spotlight blog is a great way to work towards org membership. Thank you for asking.
Thanks. Have a great birthday.
Thanks. Any
Happy
other beyond
birthday.
last minute? Yay!
Happy
I'll take
birthday.
that.
Bye for now. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Everyone, happy birthday.
Bye,
Bye.
everyone.
Bye.
Happy birthday once
Bye
again.
bye.
Thanks. All right. I'll see you all on Slack. And I'll go ahead and stop our meeting. Let
Bye.
us know in the SIG ContribEx Slack if you have any questions.
Enjoy your
SIG ContribEx
birthday.
Thanks. Bye.